This telecast is presented by BRC-13, exclusively for viewing by its subscribers. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or exhibition without BRC-13's consent is strictly prohibited.
Schuylkill League and the Colonial League's playing agreement created many interesting games during the 2021 season. There were new rivalries born and some old rivalries were rekindled. In this afternoon's District 11 AA semifinal, two traditional powers from the Schuylkill League and Colonial League will meet for the first time in a long while, and we're expecting fireworks. It's Minersville at Northern Lehigh, and we have it for you next on Blue Ridge Communications. Hi everyone, along with our entire Blue Ridge crew and Jim Riley, I'm Chris Stody. Jim, we mentioned just a second ago that these two leagues' cooperating agreements have been really, really good for area football. Somehow these two teams haven't played. It's too bad because we think this is a great matchup.
This is really going to be a fun game to watch. Two teams that like to throw the ball around the field quite a bit. A lot of balls in the air, a lot of points on the scoreboard. The action will continue throughout the afternoon.
Let's take a look at the Batlin Miners, and John France has his team rolling on offense, and the primary reason is their quarterback, John Adams, who has been terrific.
Record-setting quarterback at Minersville, and he has twice thrown for 5 touchdowns in a game. 3 times he's gone over 300 yards, even as a 500-yard game.
Minersville has been pretty solid on defense, and one of the reasons why is inside linebacker James Dupe.
Yeah, James Dube is a terrific linebacker, and this is going to be an important part of the game today because Minersville has had some inconsistencies on that side of the ball this season.
For Joe Tout's Bulldogs, we know that this is always a hard-nosed crew, Jim, and they've got big play potential. They've got a good quarterback. They've got a good wide receiver. Trevor Amorum is having a great season.
Well, last week he set the career receiving yards mark, and today he could set marks for yardage in a season and career receptions.
This tends to be a stingy crew on defense too for the Bulldogs here in Slatington, and this year defensive end A.J. Jimenez has been a huge contributor.
Yeah, they finished the season pretty strong, and they're looking to carry over a defensive effort into the playoffs as the top seed.
This is a letter-perfect November day for football. We expect the kickoff temperature to be right around 50 degrees. It is calm and beautiful. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening kickoff for you next.
Get the look you've always wanted from Arner Furniture with Amish and custom-made pieces for nearly every room in your home. Build your very own heirloom quality set with our unique and handcrafted Amish bedroom sets and solid hardwood dining room sets that your family will enjoy for generations.
Let our family take care of your family.
Arner Furniture, serving Carbon County with quality pieces since 1968. Online at arnerfurniture.com.
One of the common problems we get phone calls about is power outages. All garage door openers have a manual release located directly above the door. Disengage the garage door by reaching up for that red cord and pulling down on the trolley assembly. Once the garage door is in the manual operation, you'd want to secure it with one of the locks that should be provided on the door. When the power is restored, do the reverse, disengaging it to put it in your manual mode.
We love garages, we'd love to do yours at Palmerton Garage Doors.
First National Pharmacy, your trusted family-owned and operated pharmacy for 4 generations. Come in today for all your prescription needs, medical supplies, and vitamins. We have a full line of immunization services for the flu, pneumonia, shingles, and more. Special orders such as pain medications can be placed at your convenience. While you stop by, don't forget to grab all of your lottery tickets, scratch-offs, and 99-cent greeting cards. Take advantage of our knowledgeable hometown pharmacy staff at First National Pharmacy in Lehigh. We want to be your pharmacy because we care.
At Hager Furniture Company of Palmerton, we go way back. For 4 generations, we've called historic downtown Palmerton our home. We offer gallery after gallery of affordable, quality, American-made furniture, bedding, and flooring for you to see and touch. At Hager Furniture, we make dreams come true with the area's largest selection of double-sided mattress sets, as well as specialty beds and heirloom quality Amish-made furniture. Hager Furniture, serving Eastern PA since 1957 in historic downtown Palmerton.
I waited for this concert for months. They're my all-time favorites. I played their songs on every first date. They're my songs, the ones I grew up with. You know, it might sound crazy, but there was a point tonight where I swear I was 18 again. Who would have thought music like this can turn back the clock like that?
Penn's Peak, live music, great time. The Lehigh Valley and Pocono Mountains premier entertainment venue. For the most up-to-date concert listing, visit pennspeak.com. We'll see you at the Peak.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
Back at Northern Lehigh for this District 2A, District 11 rather, 2A semifinal game between Northern Lehigh and Minersville area high school. And this is, we expect, Jim, a lot of offense today. First of all, it's a letter-perfect day in the beginning of November.
Yeah, you
Kickoff
can't.
Temperature about 50 degrees. There's no wind. So
Can't
awesome.
fault the conditions at all today. One key thing before we get too far in is Jared Graff, the record-setting receiver for Minersville, out. He is among the captains there, number 25. But that is not regulation football garb, so that's a key loss for Minersville.
That's huge. You know, Jared Graff came in averaging about 12 yards per reception, but the big thing is, as you mentioned, he had 45 catches in the season, so that's going to be a lot of offense that will remain on the sideline. There you see the Bulldog captains coming out as well.
May work out for Minersville in kind of a backwards way. Maybe the Northern defense won't have anybody to key on, and they'll get single coverage on some of their other receivers.
So this is the ceremonial coin toss. We know that it's already been done and that Minersville has already won the toss and has elected to receive. And you'll be able to see what happens we take a look out there. That's Daryl Woodring, this afternoon's white cap, and he is joined by Butch Sipe. We'll set the rest of the crew for you in a minute. So we are going to get a chance to see that pretty high-flying Batlin Miner offense right off of the bat.
Yeah, they come in at 6-4. Signature win this year, probably beating Catasauqua.
True.
But an offense like this, anything can happen. You know, you get a quarterback who can get hot. And this is a veteran group for Minersville. They've been together a long time. I do give Northern Lehigh a significant edge being at home because it's been an odd day. It's a 4 o'clock start. They had the SAT exams this morning. Home field advantage never really means a lot in high school ball until you get to the playoffs, when it does seem to mean more. And when you already are thrown off your schedule and your routine a little bit, being at home is a little bit more meaningful.
True.
I think that helps Northern today.
It sure does, and like I said, we'll get a chance to get the starting lineups for you. We'll get a chance to see what Minersville looks like on offense and what Coach Joe Tout's team looks like on defense. There's the Batlin Miners right there. Justin France is in his 3rd year at the helm at Minersville. And let's take a look at today's starting lineup, brought to you by Rentschler Chevrolet. No matter what you're looking for, Rentschler has it on Route 873 in Slatington. So we're getting ready for the kickoff. Put it right in the middle of the field. And for the Bulldogs, that is Brent Macera. And for the Miners, we have number 4, Jason Cullen, and number 13, Brock Polinsky. And we are underway. High short kick. It is going to be Cullen at around the 14, and he'll get out to around the 25. So it'll be 1st and 10 right there for the Batlin Miners. Isaiah Ramos knocked him down at around the 26-yard line.
Did you ever see that kickoff play where they huddle around the ball and nobody knows who comes out with it?
Right.
Looked like they wanted to start that on that return. This is a lot of skilled people, and this is a pretty experienced offensive line for the Miners.
1st and 10. Ball's at the 26-yard line. They're going to bunch it to the right behind on the side of John Adams. And Adams will just run it, and he'll run it out to around the 30-yard line. Stuck down in there by number 7, Jack Tosh, who was snuck in there as a starter. Also filling in was Nick Frame. 2nd down and about 5. He got 5 yards on that.
Bulldogs defense has been kind of up and down this season. They've had some moments lately, though. They look like they've corrected some of the flaws they had during the course of the season. They've got some guys who a lot of playing time, though.
You know, the Miners had better hurry. They're coming up. They've got 5 on the 40. 3, 2, 1, 0. And they just got that off. They go straight ahead, and this is going to be a 1st down to number 21, Luke Stevanowski, the 190-pound sophomore running back, averaging just about 4 yards a carry. His 43rd carry of the year, and it's a good one. It's good for 9 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they're giving you that bunch set right off the hip of the tackle, suggesting that they could run any number of pass plays out of there, and you have to cover them probably in a zone. But they've decided to run straight ahead twice, and they get 1st down. Early on, perhaps they are acknowledging that one of their top offensive weapons is out. They're going to change their strategy entirely.
Logan Hutsko is the freshman. He is the gentleman who brings the plays in. It's 1st and 10, and they're just going to go with Adams to the left side. And Adams makes one-man move, and miss rather, and he plows out across the 45-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 6 for Adams.
If that's 61, Owen Fortner, a freshman with the block on the perimeter.
Sam Frame Jr. made the play.
Yeah, the block was the tight end. And that was Logan Hutsko. But 3 running plays from a team that we expected to throw for 250-plus yards. They still might, but early on it looks like their offensive approach is not their usual one.
Come out over the ball pretty quick. They've got 5 on the 40. Adams is in the pistol on 2nd down and 3. And he just gives it inside. This will be another 1st down to Luke Stevanowski, who takes it out to around the 48-yard line in Bulldog territory. It's a 5-yard gain and a 1st down.
Jimenez made the tackle, but they're opening up some nice holes inside against this Northern Lehigh defense.
You know, from the angle that we had, you could see that there was a big running lane in there, both of those plays. So 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 48-yard line.
Schultz 59 and Beach 62 are the real big guys up front. Otherwise, it's a small offensive line by today's measurements.
Stevanowski again. He's got room on the right side, and he'll have a 1st down as he plows all the way down to the 35-yard line before A.J. Jimenez can knock him down, but that's a 13-yard gain and a 1st down.
Well, they've run 5 plays. They have 3 1st downs among them, and not been great tackling up front by Northern Lehigh. This is playing out pretty well for Minersville.
Football is right on the right hash. It's 1st down and 10 at the 35. We came in here, Jim, expecting some type of a shootout, and Minersville has had 5 running plays.
Yeah, I sort of feel like apologizing for encouraging everybody to sit back and watch the aerial circus.
Adams again, nice hole right side before he was grabbed in there by Sam Frame.
Cade Schultz, 59, opens the hole. They're doing very well, getting first down yardage, giving themselves very manageable second and third downs. And here they've killed 4+ minutes already.
You know, I was just going to say, this is within 2 games within the last 20 hours where a blue and white team has come out and just run the ball and controlled the early stage of the first quarter.
This is not a typical 1-4 matchup. These teams are only separated by 1 game.
Correct. Adams in the pistol. Stefanowski right side. He's not going to get the 25. A.J. Jimenez stuck his helmet in there, as did Bailey Smith. So it'll be 3rd and about 2 for the Miners as they're moving from our right to left.
Well, we wondered in pregame if losing Graff, their top receiver, would actually work in their favor to a degree because the defensive approach would be changed. And really, it sort of has, because they've decided to run the ball. And Northern Lehigh is still waiting for this high-powered passing game.
Adams is just going to take it left side himself. First down as he crosses the 25, down to the 23-yard line. Ethan Karpwitz on the tackle. Ethan is an outside linebacker, 185-pound junior. Made a nice hit, but it was 3 yards too late. 1st and 10 for the Batlin Miners.
50 yards in 8 offensive plays, everything on the ground. They've killed half the first period. No signs of slowing down.
They are staying in the huddle intentionally long, Jim. I mean, they are just in total control of the pace of this first quarter. Stefanowski to about the 22-yard line. That's a gain of about a yard. That's it that time. A.J. Jimenez again making the tackle. So 2nd down and 8. That's really the first time where the Bulldogs have held the Batlin Miners to less than 5 yards on 1st down.
Well, see if that changes things. If they were farther back, I suggest they might be inclined to pass. But I think they'll still keep it on the ground here.
It's not like they can't, because John Adams comes in averaging just about 200 yards a game passing. Adams in the pistol, gives it to Stefanowski, looking right, and he finds it a little bit rough going. Well, Sam Frame came over, knocked him down. Brett Becerra, he actually ran into one of the backs of his offensive linemen that closed the hole very quickly, so it'll be 3rd and 8.
First time they tried to go outside today. Now, this is a big play. I mean, you hate, if you're Minersville, you hate to do all this work and everything going great. You face 3rd and 8. You've run off so much time. You got to get points. We talked about this last night. Pleasant Value's in the same boat. Killing the clock is great. Ball control, shortening the game. Need points.
Well, what happened was the fans on the near side were counting down the 40-second clock. And on the far side, Justin France was feeling the same thing, and he decided that he was going to take a timeout.
Well, the allegation from some of the home supporters here is that they've missed a couple delays already today that should have been called. But to continue that point about time of possession, you got to score. At some point, you got to give up the football. And it worked for Pleasant Valley to a degree last night. They were able to keep it close. You still got to score. Fewer possessions means fewer defensive opportunities you have to worry about. But you got to score points yourself. What you're basically doing is committing to a low-scoring game.
Correct.
But that, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to pull it out.
Our crew last night certainly was the talk of the region.
Yeah, they were
Pleasant Valley and Northampton last night.
Let's say they were strategically placed.
Regarding that pass interception at the goal line late in the game. 3rd and 8. Let's see if we get a chance to see John Adams throw the ball. You will this time. He looks to the far sideline, incomplete. He's looking over there for Logan Hutsko. And Hutsko had a problem, and his problem was Nick Frame, the junior safety, who just wouldn't let him go. Aiden Parville was over there in coverage as well.
Yeah, at no time did he have a lot of faith in that pass being completed. Coverage was great, not a lot of room to operate, and that really has to be a perfect throw by Adams, and he just didn't have enough room to get it into Hutsko.
John Adams is 151 for 264 this year, so he throws the ball, think about that, 25 or 26 times a game. Adams will roll left and have time and look and throw late, incomplete. Trying to get it to Brock Polinsky, but the ball just never made it there. So the Batlin Miners take it about 50 yards, but don't score. And they keep it for 7 minutes and 54 seconds and do not score.
Now you wonder how committed they are to the run. It got them there, but one run stop by Northern Lehigh forced long yardage, couple incompletions.
So we're going to look at senior Dylan Schmoyer for the first time. First and 10, pistol formation, Schmoyer flanks it out. This will be complete on the right side. Nice hole, 8 yards, goes to number 3, Nick Frame.
Just an easy throw. Very popular pass play at all levels.
So that's a school record for Dylan Schmoyer.
Career pass yardage. He is now at 2,564. Beat Don Robright's mark that goes back to 1970. High school kid throwing for 2,500 yards in 1970.
How about that? They're going to pitch it to the near side. This will be a first down. And crashing out here is number 40. Check that. Was that 46? A.J. Jimenez with the ball? Nope, it was 26, I believe, Becerra. First and 10, 39-yard line.
Quick toss to the short side and hard run by Becerra. Nice early start here for Northern after defense was on the field a while.
Going to Matt Frame, the right side. Frame's got a lot of running room, and Frame will be close to a first down. They're going to give him a first down at the 50-yard line. Gain of 11. First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Take a look at this wide side toss. They went on a quick count, trying to catch Minersville unprepared defensively. Set up a nice wall for Frame. He has been a dependable ball carrier for a long time here.
He sure has. Averaging nearly 8 yards per carry.
He had 4 touchdowns last week.
He gets 89 yards today. That's 1,000 for the season. Schmoyer caught. This is Nick Frame. Nick Frame's going to just forge up to the Minersville 43-yard line. John Adams knocked him down. Also in there for the Batlin Miners is James Dew.
Now they're working everything out to the perimeter. Pretty light up front for Northern Lehigh, but active.
Their heaviest offensive lineman checks in at 2 1/4. That means that they could run, pull, do a lot of stuff. Sidecar is Frame. Schmoyer crossing pattern complete. Down to the 31-yard line. That's Brett Macera with his 19th catch of the year. And it's good for 18 yards and a first down.
Well, Smoyer has started out 3 for 3. Nice drive here for Northern with less than 2 minutes to go. Smoyer came into today needing 175 yards to tie the record for single season passing yards. He needs 2 touchdowns to tie that mark for a season. And he set the career passing touchdown mark last week.
First and 10, 31-yard line, and they kill this play. A flag from one of the linesmen. I believe we're going to have a neutral zone infraction. Well, that's what we'll have. So 1st and 5. A minute and 31 to go in this first quarter. Macera and Amorum are to the top of your screen. That's a 4 wideout set. And I think that he got him again.
Well, that'll serve them well if they get into a short yardage situation. You have to believe the Miners are going to be half a step slow off the ball for the rest of the day. They were getting single coverage. The safety was playing the run. They had 4 receivers, and every one of them was man for man.
1st and 10. The new scrimmage is the 21-yard line. Low snap. They give it to Matt Frame, sweeping left, and he's caught by the jersey by Luke Stefanowski and thrown down, maybe a gain of a yard. That's a good pursuit by Stefanowski. Sophomore, 190-pounder. It's his 74th tackle of the season. He's pretty good. You talk about a sophomore linebacker, 6.5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. He's had himself a good year. So 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. And they will have to run at least one more play in this quarter. That sun is in a strategically placed area.
Oof. For us, it is.
Smoyer, 3 steps, looking toward the end zone. Incomplete. We're going to get some contact in the end zone. Trevor Amorum was there.
Hutsko lost control.
Right.
He lost his bearings a little bit. Did not pick up the football. Then he did, but before then, yeah, the pass interference call in the end zone.
Holding on the defense. It's a 10-yard penalty. It results in a first down.
So it's in high school, the defensive hold is not an automatic first down, but because it was 2nd and 8, the 10-yard penalty will give him a first down. And he'll take it down to around the 11-yard line. Just outside the 10. 4 4/10 seconds to go in this first quarter. And Dylan Smoyer comes back in with the offensive play. They go on the pitch to Isaiah Ramos, looking for the right side. Ramos, touchdown. It's an 11-yard run for Isaiah Ramos, his 5th touchdown of the year. And Northern Lehigh breaks out on top.
There they go, 7 plays, 77 yards. Couple of first downs via penalty as time runs out the first quarter.
Brett Macera will attempt the extra point. Smoyer will hold it. And it's blocked. Lorenzo Yori got in and blocked it. And so the game will remain at 6-0. First quarter has come to an end here at Northern Lehigh High School. It's been a good one for the hometown Bulldogs. on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard at the end of one. Northern Lehigh 6 and Minersville nothing.
Hi, this is Greg Williams from Rentschler Chevrolet. If you're thinking of a new truck, the Chevy Silverado should be at the top of your list. The all-new Silverado is our strongest and most advanced ever, and with its available 2.7-liter turbo engine, you can get the best of both worlds. Better fuel economy, plus 310 horsepower and 348 pound-feet of torque to tow up to 9,300 pounds. You truly need to drive this truck to believe it. When you're ready to take a look, we'll be waiting for you in Slatington.
Take a look at some of the really nice crowd that we have here at Northern Lehigh High School on this beautiful late Saturday afternoon in early November. I mean, when you're drawing up for football Saturdays in November, you can't get much nicer than what we have today.
No.
6-0. Northern Lehigh leads the Batlin Miners. Minersville Area High School. I mean, you're right. This is a 7-3 Northern Lehigh team against 6-4 Minersville. A lot of times your first round matches in districts aren't exactly even, but this appears to be like it is. Short kick. Going to be taken by one of the upmen for the Batlin Miners. And out to the 37-yard line goes number 13, Brock Polinsky. So they'll put him at the 36. It'll be first down and 10 for John Adams and his Batlin Miners. Now, first possession, they got 50 yards of offense, but no points.
Yeah, it was, they did everything they wanted to do but score.
Out over the ball quicker this time. They've got Adams in the pistol on first and 10. Stefanowski right side for 2 up to around the 38-yard line. Good play in there. Sam Frame Jr. made it after a gain of 2.
They're not giving Northern Lehigh any clues here as to what they want to do. They've run toward that bunch set. That play, they ran away from it.
Well, sooner or later, you'd think that you're going to see some throwing out of there. I mean, only 2 attempted passes on that first drive.
Well, they finally spread it now. First time today.
They go 4 wides on second down at about 8. Straight run. Adams to the 42. He's wrestled down there by Nick Frame, the junior safety.
It was a popular play in the Lackawanna Conference about a decade ago where you went 4 wide, quarterback under center, you ran the fullback up the middle. It was almost unstoppable because you had to account for the 4 receivers, and that made you just too soft in the middle to stop the run.
Especially if you're playing a 4-man line. Play that even number line, you don't usually have somebody over the center.
Yeah. It was stealing.
Adams again on 3rd and 2. Stefanowski he did not get it. I thought he might have been able to push the pile a little further than what he was able to, but Sam Frame Jr. would not let him fall forward. It's 4th and about 2.
Well, really a good surge by Northern.
You know, I'm just wondering if you're going to see what we saw before, Jim, if we're going to see the 4 wides and then continue to run Stefanowski to get fewer Bulldogs in the box.
It helps to have a good offensive line to run that strategy, though. You need the one-on-one block.
Stefanowski, a sidecar. 4th and 2. Adams takes it himself. He didn't make it. He did not make the 45. He needed the 46, and Northern Lehigh has held. Ethan Karpowicz made the play, and over on downs goes the ball.
Now, this is just power football. The concept is weaken the center of the defense with the 4 receivers. But again, the defensive line held up, fought off their blocks, and the 7 guys who didn't have to cover receiver were able to outnumber the offensive front for Minersville.
So Smoyer and his sidecar is Frame. That's Isaiah Ramos in motion. They fake the speed sweep, and Smoyer is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's just about it. Lorenzo Yori had him by the jersey. No gain.
Marcus Barnhart in there too.
That's a pretty good read by Lorenzo Yuri, the 190-pound sophomore defensive end. Second, I'm still going to call that 10. Second down and 10 around the 44-yard line. 6-0 Northern Lehigh. Chris Doty, Jim Riley, and our cast of hundreds here on Blue Ridge Communications. Glad you're spending some Saturday afternoon with us. Second down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 44.
Delay of game.
This is not going to make the home crowd happy.
Remains second down.
Because the home crowd has been very, very wise to the 40-second clock when Minersville has the ball. And now it hit 0, and Northern Lehigh was flagged for a 5-yard delay of game. So it'll be second at about 15 for the Bulldogs back at the 49-yard line. Smoyer, 3 steps. Complete underneath. This will be a nice gainer for a first down to Trevor Amorum. Takes it from the 49 to the 33. That's a 16-yard play and a first down.
Well, he ran a hook in that zone coverage and used good athletic ability to avoid the tacklers. Got 18. Smoyer 4 for 4, 43 yards. Amorum closing in on the single season receiving record, which at the time is 856 yards. Duke Lilly in 1968.
Smoyer, 3 steps, has time, pumps it, looking, and he's going to go down. One of the things that he did very well, Jim, he realized he was going to be sacked. He put 2 hands on the ball, so he made sure he didn't drop it.
Sacked by Luke Tobin, number 57.
Senior defensive tackle. So it'll be a loss of 4 on the sack. Second down and 14.
Showed good hand strength to hang on to the football when he reloaded after thinking about the pass.
This is one of the few venues where we are, where you absolutely positively can hear almost everyone in the stands with their cheers and their hey, let's goes. This is in the flank and complete outside to Isaiah Ramos, and Ramos will take it inside the 30, down to around the 26. So that's a good play on 2nd and 14. Now you're going to bring yourself a 3rd and about 3.
Didn't look like an 11-yard play at the start, but Ramos made it so, just dragged the tackler who could only hang on to the jersey. That wasn't enough.
Ramos has a touchdown reception already today. Pretty dangerous ball carrier too, has nearly 400 yards of rushing so far this season. Keep an eye on him. He's number 5. He's out in the slot to the left. Matt Frame is the lone setback. They give it to Ramos coming on the jet sweep, and he does a great job of breaking 1 tackle and gets to about the 24. I don't think they're going to give him a first down. Logan Hutsko knocked him down there. So it's definitely 4th down.
Yeah, they need a foot. Good pursuit on that jet sweep by the Miners.
Jet sweeps are very, very difficult on those short yardage situations. You've got so many guys penetrating. This is Frame, and he easily gets the first down as he bursts down to the 17-yard line.
Minersville had a problem. One of their defensive linemen, number 75, Algenis Almonte, wanted to come out. Here he comes out now, but it was too late in the play. He had to stay in. They weren't ready. And a good pickup. Already 7 first downs.
Frame to the right side, big hole, right side, cuts back, cuts inside the 5, 1st and goal. And I think you're going to get a face mask at about the 2-yard line. It's going to be coming right toward our end zone camera on that carry.
5-yard face mask penalty on White, number 5. Penalty is half distance in goal. It will be 1st and goal.
So they're going to put Northern Lehigh 1st and goal at the 1. 5:30 to go in this first half, and the Bulldogs are ahead 6-0. Frame takes it, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Late call, touchdown, Bulldogs.
Now they went on quick count. Works well on the goal line. So the defensive stop, a couple of nice runs.
We'll see if they chase after this 2-point conversion. It looks like they may. They had their first PAT blocked. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to line up in power football. They're going to pitch it to the outside, and lowering his shoulder and into the end zone goes number 5, Isaiah Ramos. So the Bulldogs are on schedule. 2 touchdowns, 1 point after a touchdown that was good for a 2-point conversion. And on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard with 5:18 to go in the first half, Northern Lehigh leads Minersville 14-0.
That was a heck of a drive.
That was.
They're now 5 for 5 passing for 54 yards. They have 51 rushing yards. And we take a look at it. They go on the quick count. Frame just gets right in behind the right side of the offensive front. Sam Frame Jr., 64, is the tackle there. 54, Lucas Farmer is the guard on the right side. And they had just enough surge to get Frame into the end zone.
They've been able to do pretty much what they've wanted to do, they being the Bulldogs. We were expecting a little more wide openness from Minersville, Jim, and maybe now they're going to have to do that. Brock Polinsky. And he's finding it going kind of tough, but will be ridden down by A.J. Jimenez at around the 27-yard line.
Not sure what those decoys are on that kickoff return, but you know, you have 2 men not doing much blocking, and that might be where they're better used. But I think Minersville has to open it up now. They just put it in the hands of a kid who's probably the best quarterback your school ever had. So have him do what he does best. I know your best receiver's out. You got some other good ones.
Yeah, John Adams hitting 57% of his passes, just takes it and goes right to the right and gets up to about the 29-yard line. I just don't get the sense, Jim, that they're going to win this football game running right at Northern Lehigh. And we've got an injured Batlin Miner. Lying at about the 30-yard line. Hopefully this is a cramp. Sometimes you'd think the cramp season is over in November, but on a day like this where kickoff temperature around 55 degrees, sun is still out. Now, we are the only game in town right now. There'll be other football games tonight beginning at 7 o'clock, and you're going to keep it right here. Palmerton and Catasauqua will kick at 7:10. We should be out here in plenty of time for that. Bob Capasso, George Everett over there, not too far from here. We could probably walk to Palmerton if we so chose. I don't think we would, but we might.
Brock Polinsky is the injured player.
He's the one who returned the kickoff. And then next week, we know that we've got games on Friday night. It looks like it is going to be Northwestern Lehigh and Allentown Central Catholic right here on this field Friday night. That will start at 7:05. And then East Stroudsburg South and Whitehall will also play Friday night. We kind of believe that that also will be at Lehigh on Friday night as well.
District championships at neutral sites.
And then it's a wait and see to say who's playing where on Saturday.
We have ESU.
We have ESU, and they'll come limping home, or on their way limping home right now. Talk about that in a minute. Adams throws. There's a good pass to Hutsko. And I think they're going to rule him down. It's going to be a first down out at the 42-yard line. Logan Hutsko with his 17th reception of the year. And it's good for 14 yards and a first down.
Freshman Hutsko with a nice fingertip snag on that quick look-in pass.
You can tell why they like John Adams. That ball got there in a hurry.
He's not
on time.
He's a small kid, too, for being able to throw it like he does.
Football's at the 43-yard line. First and 10. Stephen Oski remains the sidecar. They're bunched to the right. Adams gets it out here. It'll be complete. That's Hutsko again. He'll be thrown down on the Bulldog side of the field around the 47. I don't think he's got quite enough for the first down. He does not.
Well, if you're Northern now, you kind of figure that Adams wants to go to Hutsko as his top guy. You know, without Graff, the defense had to wonder who would be the primary pass option, and now it appears it's going to be Hutsko.
Statistically, Jason Cullen has caught 27. Lorenzo Yori has caught 20. Brock Polinsky has caught 36. The 13 is not in there right now. It's 2nd and 1. Adams will look, and he'll go deep. Looking, that's a great catch by number 4, Jason Cullen. First and goal, Batlin Miners.
That was a great throw. Amorum had pretty good coverage, but Cullen with the snag. Terrific work.
That's just thrown in where your defender's not going to get it.
That's really what that was. 45-yard play. He's hit his last 3. He's now 3 for 5 for 65 yards.
3 and 11 seconds to go in this first half. We had a sideline warning against Minersville.
It's Minersville. What was their beef?
Well, I don't know if they had guys out of the box or not.
That's true.
First and goal. Stephen Oski will be, he goes from sidecar to slot on the right. Adams is by himself. He pulls it down, runs it by himself, and takes it inside the 5, down to the 1. Looks like Bailey Smith got him there. And Bailey will come out, and they'll get some more beef, and we have another Batlin Miner who is clutching a leg. It looks like this is John Adams, the quarterback, Jim. That number 11, you can't really tell right now.
Well, if it's Adams, you do one of two things. You call timeout to keep him in the game or run a wildcat play. Of course, depending on if he's able to stay in.
Correct, the severity of the injury. He is, the ball looks like it's just about at the 1 yard line. So you're going to have second and goal from there. Now, you're just wondering if they go ahead and go wildcat, if they snap it right to Stevanovsky. And they've got an awful lot of options. It just doesn't look like he's going to be able to play the next play, even with the timeout.
Yeah.
That could be a very, very costly injury for the Batlin Miners.
Plays a pretty good linebacker, too, and that is not a particularly deep team over there. They don't have more than 8 or 9 substitutes on the bench. I don't know how many kids they planned on bringing, but it's only one bus worth.
So we'll see what they decide to do, they being the Batlin Miners. Looks like, Jim, they're just going to stay on the sideline. and run the 40-second clock down and call timeout with about 2:16 to go on the stadium clock.
Well, you're right about Adams. He's not coming back in. He's going to sit on the bench and get some treatment. But this gives him, you know, another minute to think about how they want to replace him.
Right, and now they would be okay to bring him back on the next play, but it just doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Right.
Finish our thought about what's going to be happening next week. You're probably going to get a doubleheader somewhere next weekend on Saturday afternoon and then Saturday evening, but we know for a fact we'll be on the air at 1 o'clock next Saturday afternoon for ESU's final game of the 2021 campaign. Gannon will be at Eiler Martin Stadium, make the trek from Erie for a 105 game. You know, a lot of times in November what they do, Jim, for those crossover games is they start them at 12:10, but the ESU has decided not to do that. Not to say that that couldn't change tomorrow.
Right.
But
it doesn't make too much difference to Gannon. They'll be coming in on Friday anyway. And by, you know, it's an hour later for them getting home.
Correct.
So it is Wildcat with number 1,
Lorenzo Yuri. Steven Oski is his sidecar. Yuri is the quarterback. He'll just take it and run right, and he's not making it. Well, if you're going to run it, you probably shouldn't run it right at Jack Tosh. That'll be a loss of about a half a yard.
And I'll say this about that play. We've often seen that play result in a penalty. Another timeout. This one's taken by Northern.
Ethan Karpwich in there helping out on the tackle as well.
Adams is still getting looked at on the sideline.
It just does not look like, and the coaches are looking over there, and the coaches are looking and saying, well, you know, do you think you can go? It's a classic take your time but hurry up is what's going on over there on the Minersville sideline.
I think maybe a Wildcat with somebody besides Yuri. You know, give it to Steven Oski.
Well, and this was, by the way, this was a timeout by Northern Lehigh. I think what the Bulldogs are thinking here, Jim, is that if Minersville is going to score, they want to save some time so they might be able to get another touchdown. Remember, the Bulldogs also will be getting the ball to begin the third quarter. Yori in the Wildcat. Steven Oski is his sidecar. Yori takes it to the left, and he scores. Lorenzo Yuri's first rushing touchdown of the year, and the Batlin Miners are on the scoreboard.
Well, they went left after stopped at the.
Well, he went to the left, as you said. Though we'll get the extra point. It's Jason Cullen who will hold it. Ray Snyder will put it down. Just wonder if Ray Snyder is the normal holder. Cullen, and he has it. So you drive down the field, you get your quarterback hurt, you run a play, you call a timeout, you run another one, you call a timeout, and on the third try, you're into the end zone. The Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard, 1:53 to go in the half. Northern Lehigh leads Minersville 14-7.
He just found a little bit of softness on the
power run
right side.
It is a power run.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bulldogs are left with 1:53 in the half, ahead by 7.
One of the reasons that play worked, they had the fullback Steven Oski to the right of the quarterback, Yuri. They ran weak side, and it worked pretty well.
And Northern Lehigh is banking on good field position, maybe a quick touchdown, getting the second half quick kickoff, and then maybe another touchdown, and looking, and really right here playing for a 28-7 lead early in the third quarter.
A lot depends on field position.
Correct. Cullen will kick it. He's right in the middle of the field. He gets the go-ahead from Darryl Woodring. And it's taken by one of the up men, and that is number 36, Reese Lipsky. And he gets it out to about the, let's see where they put him down, right around the 36-yard line. Nope, they put him out further than that. They put him around the 40.
That wasn't too bad at all for Northern. Hardly any time off the clock. Look where they have the ball. Smart play by Lipsky to not try anything cute.
1:48 to go in the half. Reverse, trying to get the corner. Here comes Nick Frame. Nick's got some running room. He'll have a first down. This could have been a lot worse. It'll be to the Minersville 48-yard line. They're trying to pop a really big one. And they get 13 yards.
Uri was out there, but Frame got around him. And after that, it was pretty easy for him to get those 12 yards.
90 seconds now to go in the half. 45 yards to traverse for the Bulldogs. Smoyer underneath. This is Frame. Frame's going to get it to around the 41. And Northern's got to hurry and get back to the huddle.
Well, I think he wanted to get out of bounds, which at that time, that's not really a smart thing to do.
So it'll be 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard completion.
They cost themselves a few seconds.
53 seconds to go in the half. Smoyer gonna pitch it to Frame, trying to get the corner. That's a great stiff arm. It'll be a first down and a lot more. Here's Frame down the sideline, out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Isaiah Ramos with the block on the outside to allow Frame down the sideline, and now they're in great shape.
Watch this stiff arm. Right there.
There's Ramos with his block.
.6 to go. And the Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts. Smoyer with time. Over the middle post, patterned incomplete, trying to get it to Trevor Amorum.
It's his first miss. He had been 6 for 6. A lot of coverage, though.
So time really is not that much of a factor with 35 seconds to go in the half. And remember, the Bulldogs do have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, that playbook is wide open for them.
Ball's at the 14-yard line. 2nd down and 10 from there. Keep your eye on Trevor Amorum. He's at the top. Isaiah Ramos is at the bottom. Playing with 2 tight ends. That's Amorum in motion. They're going to pitch it to Frame. Frame inside the 10. Nice move. Frame inside the 5. Close to the 4.
Well, they had 2 men blocking 1 defender, and that freed up somebody else from Minersville to make the tackle.
Let's see. Are they going to give him a first down? It took him a while to decide. I'm not so sure. I never saw the signal. Northern has called the timeout with 20 seconds to go. And it looks like they are going to go first down and goal just at the 4-yard line.
101 rushing yards in the half now for the Bulldogs. But Amorum came in motion, and he helped Ramos block his man instead of picking up somebody else. So you got 1 timeout. You're at the 4, 20 seconds. You can run 3 plays easily.
And any one of them could be a run.
Yes.
Although I'm going to guess if you're going to do it, you'd probably want to front load it.
They may try bringing Amorum or somebody in motion and running to that side away from where the motion was.
Frame's been tough. You can see why he averages 8 yards a carry. And in the open field at 6'1", 220. Now, you're not going to have too much open field here, though. You've got essentially 14 yards to work with.
All right, so if you bring Amorum in motion and run Frame to the left, you'll get some defenders out of the way.
Ooh, that's a low snap. And quarterback Smoyer is just going to run it back to the 4. Now they'll have to call timeout. So the low snap cost them. They're down to 12 4/10. So now if they're going to go for it, you're probably going to look at a throw. It's no gain. And that is the Bulldogs' final timeout of the first half.
Well, the thing about a running play down here is it won't take long to line everybody up again. You know, you won't have receivers 20 yards downfield. And to be honest, if you're going to run straight ahead, you tell your receivers to stay put so that you can line up faster if you don't score. Then you can spike it and kick a field goal. So the run play is there. You're going to have to be really smart. You got to tell your back, if you're not going to score, don't fight for an extra 2 feet and let the time run out.
Right, or get out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 4. Frame will be the lone running back. He's the sidecar to Smoyer on 2nd and goal from the 4. Ooh, that is inside, and it worked well. Touchdown, Trevor Amorum.
That's a forward pass. Smart play. It's a little bit of a shovel, but that is a forward pass. So if something goes wrong, clock stops, it's an incompletion.
Well, it went right. Trevor Amorum with his 7th touchdown of the year. And the Bulldogs played that just about perfectly. Got the ball back with 1:53 to go. And took it the length of the field. Now they're going to try the extra point, but I believe the Batlin Miners are offside.
Well, that's his 19th career touchdown, 2 shy of the school record.
It's a dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. Penalties half the distance to the goal. Retry.
Now here's what you got now. When you look at this first half, each team has had the ball 3 times. And Minersville is down 2 touchdowns. So the ball is not changing hands that often. Their ball control approach started out okay, but they've got to change it now.
And they're just going to go for it. Frame is in. So he's going to get the 2-point conversion. And it's now a 15-point Bulldog lead.
So instead of taking it on the kickoff, which would have been irrelevant.
Right, you may as well just go ahead and go for 2. On the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard with 7 4/10 to go. Northern Lehigh in this District 11 2A semifinal leads Minersville 22-7. It is just a letter-perfect day here in Slatington. Be honest with you, though, it'll be okay with me when the sun goes behind those trees on the far sideline.
I don't know, the fans don't know how, but it is setting in the far side, which means it's coming right at us. And it has been a challenge. And it's interesting that the home side has to sit through this. The visitors do not.
Right. The other interesting part is with our windows wide open and the smell of fresh cut fried French fries with ketchup and vinegar is quite tempting. But this is certainly a community event here in Slatington, much like it is in probably most communities around the area. And people are out and they are watching football. I'll tell you who did a good job there. Give Mike Rizzardi, knocked that ball down and got on it right away.
Well, the key was the falling on it. He's not trying to catch it. He'd rather have gotten out of the way. But it hit him. He fell on it. Nice work by Mike.
Don't see that very often. Watch this. Yeah. That's just a good play. That's a real good play by the senior lineman. 5 2/10 to go Ball's at the 49. Let's see. Adams is not in there, so they're going to stay. And it'll be a victory formation with number 1, Lorenzo Uri. So Minersville's had enough, and I think they've got some regrouping to do, especially if John Adams cannot continue. It looks, Jim, like he might be on crutches over there on the far sideline around the 20-yard line. That would not be a good sign for the visitors from Minersville. 24 minutes of high school football have gone by here at Northern Lehigh. It's been a good opening first half for the homestanding Bulldogs on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. They lead it 22-7.
Palmerton Garage Doors can accommodate any of your residential or commercial garage door needs. Spruce things up or go with a whole new look. Custom framing, change 2 garage doors into 1, or even put a door where you didn't have one before. We can handle it all from start to finish. No separate contractor needed, including custom painting. You can even have a purple door. Call to schedule your free estimate on new installations.
We love garages, we'd love to do yours at Palmerton Garage Doors.
At Hager Furniture Company of Palmerton, we go way back. For 4 generations, we've called historic downtown Palmerton our home. We offer gallery after gallery of affordable, quality, American-made furniture, bedding, and flooring for you to see and touch. Live life comfortably with America's favorite genuine Lazy Boy living rooms, family rooms, and reclining furniture. And Hager always has the biggest selection and best prices. Hager Furniture, serving Eastern PA since 1957 in historic downtown Palmerton.
Back at Northern Lehigh High School, we're going to get a chance to look at the Northern Lehigh band here in a couple minutes. It's 22-7 at halftime. Northern Lehigh leads Minersville, and Minersville is going to have a little bit of a problem, I believe, in the second half, because that we did confirm that was John Adams, who was on crutches on the far sideline, and that generally means that you're not going to see him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's a real blow. They are certainly not in any kind of position of strength now. They'll have to come up with something innovative at halftime and ask their defense to keep it at 22 while they try to find a couple of touchdowns from the reserves.
That's right. When you think about that, Jim, you've got John Adams, who was accounted for almost 2,500 yards, and Jared Graff, who was accounted for almost 550 yards. That's 3,000 yards of offense that's going to be on your sideline in the second half.
And leadership, too.
Correct.
I mean, you're in a game like this. You're on the road. It's playoffs. You knew your best receiver wasn't going to play. Now probably your best overall player is out. Now you just test the character of your football team, and whomever takes over at quarterback, not going to be the same player. He'll be asked to make some plays here, but I really think this is going to fall on their defense to keep it at 22 and, just see if they can scrounge up a couple of touchdowns.
So let's go down to the field and take a look at the Northern Lehigh High School Marching Band.
When the way it's always been done no longer works, we are told to think outside the box. That is the time to change the way we think and embrace the opportunities that appear, whatever they might be.
Presenting their 2021 production, Outside the Box, Tournament of Bands is proud to present Northern Lehigh.
taking your toy out of its box increases its value. As humans with free will, we make choices as an individual. Break away from that slow-moving crowd and be unique. Some people step out of the box just to be noticed. Try being noticed for being kind and for doing the right thing, in spite of what the crowd does who is inside the box. Simply following the popular crowd may be comfortable, but it's gutless. Be uncommon. Have the courage to break away. Be outside the box.
First National Pharmacy, your trusted family-owned and operated pharmacy for 4 generations. Come in today for all your prescription needs, medical supplies, and vitamins. We have a full line of immunization services for the flu, pneumonia, shingles, and more. Special orders such as pain medications can be placed at your convenience. While you stop by, don't forget to grab all of your lottery tickets, scratch-offs, and 99-cent greeting cards. Take advantage of our knowledgeable hometown pharmacy staff at First National Pharmacy in Lehigh. We want to be your pharmacy because we care.
We have an emergency, a blood shortage emergency, and need your help now. Blood inventory is at a dangerously low level. All blood types are needed. Your generous donation will be used to save a life. Miller Keystone Blood Center is the only blood supplier to 28 hospitals in our region. And if you've received a COVID-19 vaccine, you are immediately eligible to donate all blood products. To help someone win their fight, schedule your donation at giveapint.org or call 1-800-BA-DONOR.
Just you and me, right where I want to be. Right where I want to be. Right where I want to be.
Your happily ever after and theirs awaits at Peaceable Kingdom. Online at lvpeaceablekingdom.info.
Voted one of the country's best holiday markets by USA Today and Travel and Leisure magazine, Chris Kindle Mart Bethlehem features aisles upon aisles of one-of-a-kind, handcrafted gifts made by some of the nation's finest artisans. Stop by Steel Stacks in Bethlehem, PA, weekends beginning November 19th. To purchase tickets and plan your visit, visit ChristmasCity.org.
Let Northern Lehigh Team Sales outfit your team. Our embroidery and silk screeners will customize your order with high quality and affordable clothing in all sizes. At Northern Lehigh Team Sales, our goal is complete customer satisfaction. We carry the latest performance wear options and accessories, including Under Armour apparel. Check out our extensive clothing line for your team on the field or in the business community. Visit NorthernLehighTeamSales.com and show your team spirit. Northern Lehigh Team Sales is not affiliated with Northern Lehigh Sporting Goods.
Experience Country Inn and Suites. Get away and relax in our heated indoor pool or outside by the fire with a refreshing treat. Our spacious rooms are ready to welcome your whole family, pets included. Enjoy complimentary hot breakfast every morning and high-speed internet all the time. Our meeting rooms are the perfect place for your business conferences. Country Inn and Suites on Interchange Road in Lehigh. Relax, the rest comes easy.
What can you do with Business Phone from Penn Teledata?
Make a conference call from the coffee shop.
Or connect from the back 9.
With unlimited phone services, 24-hour support, and mobile synergy, our cloud-based technology makes it easy to do business from anywhere. And we do mean anywhere.
No more being stuck in the office.
Which is great for everyone, I think.
Add cloud-based business phone service from Penn Teledata.
Still about 5 minutes away from the second half kickoff here at Northern Lehigh High School, where the Bulldogs lead the Batlin Miners by a score of 22-7. And so far, it looks like the end of the first half plan right now has worked pretty well. They're 50% there. We were thinking score with your last possession in the first half if you're a Northern Lehigh fan, and then take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and go down and score and put a lot of distance between you and an injured and battered Batlin Miners team.
I think both coaches' game plans have worked. We saw elements of strategy that they wanted to play out as they did, and it worked. Minersville came out without their top receiver. They ran the ball, killed almost 8 minutes of the first quarter, shortened the game and all that. Problem was they didn't score. And then at the end of the first half, Northern Lehigh got the ball at the 40-yard line, worked the clock well, used their timeout smartly, scored a touchdown with 7 seconds to play. And now they get the ball to start the third quarter. Joe Tout did a good job of putting his team in this position, and now they can almost seal it with a first possession score.
Hey fans, it's time for the Gimme a Zimmy halftime stats. Now's the perfect time to enjoy an ice-cold Zimmerman's Dairy iced tea. Proudly serving the area for more than 100 years. Gimme a Zimmy.
The passing yards for Minersville lower than we thought. I'm not sure how much higher they're going to get either, with John Adams likely done for the day. Northern Lehigh getting real good work from Dylan Smoyer to hit 7 of 8. He started 6 for 6. There's some offensive balance here. Penalties have hurt Minersville. They helped Northern Lehigh's first possession. There were a couple first down by penalties for Northern the first time they had the ball.
Remember,
only 3 possessions each.
Wasn't the, I believe, 40 of that 65-yard passing was on 1 completion.
That's correct.
So we're at 22-7 Bulldogs. And this, we're ready to, a couple seconds or minutes, I should say, from starting quarter number 3 here at Northern Lehigh High School. And I think it's time to see how we got to where we are.
We can do that. First possession, Northern Lehigh toss. Isaiah Ramos on the sweep. Great wall set up. Nobody got near him. That came on the last play of the first quarter. They had a problem with the extra point. It was blocked by number 1, Lorenzo Uri. 6-0. This was a popular play for Minersville with quarterback John Adams running the football. But there he was stopped on 4th down. Northern took over right about midfield. Top defensive play here. Quarterback sacked by Luke Tobin. Minersville almost turned away Northern. But late in the half, early in the half, that was framed from a yard out on a 4th down play. And here's Trevor Amorum on the inside handoff. That came with 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. And that's how we get to 22-7. And there is Adams, and that is a bad sign for a lot of different reasons.
Correct.
And you see number 25 next to him. That's his top receiver, Jared Graff. So
looks like he's got a wrap on that ankle, correct?
Left ankle. He tried that on a sort of a quarterback keep straight ahead, just plunging into the line at the goal line. They got the touchdown on that drive, but it was a heavy price to pay.
Yes. So we'll see Northern Lehigh on offense first, and you really think, for as I'm guessing for as limited as Minersville is going to be now in the second half. Boy, 2 more touchdowns would be very, very difficult for Minersville to overcome.
As it stands now, yes, it's bad enough as it is now. I'd think about an onside kick.
I'm thinking about that. Set the tone.
But, I mean, if you've got to score, you've got to score right now 16 points in 24 minutes. You may have to score 24 points in 18 minutes.
Correct.
Because a touchdown drive is also going to put time off the clock, and Minersville needs all the time it can get in its current situation.
I think in this case, if you're going to go down, you got to go down swinging, and it's not a case of effort. We're not talking about effort here. We're talking purely personnel, because right now we show on the far sidelines that's 3,000 yards of offense that are over there right now. 1 on crutches, 1 on street clothes. So this is Jason Cullen, who has it teed at the 40. He does onside, and it's going to be covered. That's a good idea. Covered over at the 48-yard line by Ethan Karpowitz.
Didn't look like Northern was really fooled by that. They did not have their hands team out there, but Karpowitz stayed put. A lot of times that front line will peel back to block a little early, but if you're Minersville, you got to do something. And that was a logical thing to try.
A.J. Jimenez has got a big pad on that left hand. It'll be 1st down and 10. He's the fullback now. Trevor Amorum in motion. They're going to pitch it. It was an interesting pitch, and it's going to go all the way to the 44-yard line by number 5, Isaiah Ramos.
Man, I don't know if they execute, if everybody went in the right direction.
Usually a pitch out, you try to get to the corner. Ramos showed no interest in getting to the corner. He just cut that right up immediately.
That's a play that Nebraska used to run like 40 years ago. A toss basically up the middle.
So it'll be second and about a yard. Zamoram in motion. They went with everybody in tight. They counter it. This is a big hole. This is number 5. Isaiah Ramos will take it from the 44 down to the 25. Give him 19 yards and a first down.
They're doing a very nice job of keeping Adam Fry out of there, number 33, who's twice come in from the outside and twice they've run inside him.
You just wonder, Jim, what the mental attitude is across the way.
Mental attitude is, this is it for us this season. Let's play hard and see if we can pull off a miracle. But they got to get a stop.
And they're going to get 5 yards.
That's the third time they've jumped today.
Nick Frame is back in at tailback.
Encroachment defense, number 57. It's a 5-yard penalty.
Now, it really is deflating, though, when you play all season, you make the playoffs as a 4 seed, which means they really had to fight to get in. You lose one weapon before the game. You lose your bigger weapon during the game. It is very demoralizing.
This is Frame, got some room on the right side, turns the corner, Frame inside the 5, touchdown. Nope, they put him out at the 3. Must have planted on the sideline. And they'll put him down around the 3-yard line.
Pulling guard 58, Ethan Karpowicz. Frame forces inside, then turns outside. Get a better angle to pull away from the D-back. Goal to go.
Ball's inside the 3. It's down closer to the 2 on this first down and goal play. Smoyer under center. Oh, ball's on the ground, and he's back on it, back around the 4-yard line. Pretty
Let's
big
see,
sigh of
never
relief.
got the snap.
Right, sigh of relief here by Joe Tout. Joe Tout in search of his 99th career win here at Northern Lehigh. So that play loses 2 yards. It'll be second down and goal from the 4. And for the first time today, I actually could see our replay monitor.
Sun is just about gone.
Smoyer to Trevor Amorum for the touchdown. His 7th receiving touchdown of the year. And now there is some space in between the Bulldogs and the Batlin Miners. It's 28-7.
His second 4-yard reception for a score today. They go 52 yards in 5 plays. 2:18 off the clock.
Brett Becerra will try the extra point. Already had one block today. That's a better snap, and it's through. So the Bulldogs plan at the end of the first half, 50%. Beginning of the third quarter, 50%. That seems like 100% to me. 9:42 to go in the third quarter. Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. It's Northern Lehigh 29 and Minersville 7.
I heard that described today as the middle 8. Last 4 of the second quarter, first 4 of the third. Minersville, Northern Lehigh has had a very good middle 8 today.
Well, you got 15 points. And right now, if they can force Minersville on a 3-and-out, they can assume total control of this football game.
Well, we'll see what the offensive approach is now for the Miners. Backup quarterback. Yeah, you might think about whoever you're planning on using next year. Put him in there now.
Why not? Brett Messera.
And that may be Yuri. He's only a sophomore. He took over.
Right down the middle of the field. This is Dakota Fitzpatrick. And I think the last thing you want to do is stop running. Aiden Parville got him at about the 23-yard line. So here come the Battling Miners. Let's see if Yuri comes out as the quarterback. He wears number 1. And Luke Stefanowski comes limping out onto the field. Well, he's certainly not 100%.
It's going to be Yuri.
Yep, and he better hurry because they're down to 17 on the 40.
Well, they milked the play clock all first half.
They have.
For strategic reasons. Wasn't like they were just slow. They wanted to do it. This time they were a little behind.
They're good this time. Stefanowski at the right side rather, left side. And you could tell he is just not running as hard as he was running in the first half. There's no gain. Second down. So 2nd and 10 now for the Battling Miners. A lot of personnel in and out, that's for sure. 5 on the 42nd clock. Get it out here. This is complete to number 15, Ray Snyder. And Snyder gets up to the 24. That's it. Isaiah Ramos knocked him down.
Yeah, Ramos hit him good.
Jimenez got him, gain of a yard.
See, with this new quarterback in, I think running the clock is all right. He's not going to be reading coverages. So to break huddle with 15 on the play clock,
that's fine.
Yeah, he's just going to go up there, call the snap count, and run the play. So you take your time making sure you get the right play, and don't worry about pre-snap stuff.
Yuri gets it out, complete back to the 20-yard line. That's it. Walensky got it back at the 20. He's actually going to lose 3 yards, and it's punt formation time for the Battling Miners.
Messera wrapped him up, didn't bring him down, but he was all over him.
You just kind of get the sense that the team with the white helmets is in a whole heap of trouble right now.
Well, they just are so far down now on an arsenal that you just figure they don't have what it needs to come back. They're going to need quite a bit of luck.
Good punt by Cullen. He's going to get a nice roll. It'll roll on to the Northern Lehigh side. Well, Ray Snyder will pick it up at the 49-yard line. So the Bulldogs are going to get a chance with a short field once again.
Field position has been very good for the Bulldogs today.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
They have 12 first downs, 256 yards of offense.
Just don't get the feeling that Minersville's going to make too many more yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, 49-yard line. It's Moyer with time, going deep. He's got Ramos at the 22. It's a 30-yard completion, first down.
And he is now he's only had 1 incompletion. Let me add this up quick. 3, 6, 10 out of 11. You had defenders there, but they weren't in a position to defend, and Ramos went up.
He's had himself a pretty good day.
Smoyer's developed as a passer.
He sure has.
5'10", 170, senior. He's a veteran starter, but his passing game has picked up quite a bit.
He's going to keep it himself and cut in and get to about the 17-yard line. It's a good defensive play by Jason Cullen.
Brett Messera gave a good block on the perimeter. Cullen with a good open field tackle there.
Second and about 6. Football around the 17-yard line. Coming up on the 6-minute mark to go, third quarter, 29-7. Northern Lehigh with the lead. Smoyer is going to send Frame in motion and give it to Frame. That's a good play on the far side. Jason Petrosino, the senior defensive tackle. Cade Schultz also in there making the play, and we have, oh no, we have a bell ringer.
Can't
And we
tell
have
that
an injured player. I'm not sure who that is. I mean, it's not Smoyer. Smoyer's over here on the sideline. Now I don't see 3. I don't see Nick Frame on the sideline.
Now Frame is the injured Bulldog.
We're being told by our guys in the truck that it is in fact number 3. What's interesting was he was actually holding his helmet.
Yeah, that could have been it.
And he looks like he's going to be okay. Of course, anytime you see the trainer carrying a helmet, that means you're going to sit by me for a while. So it'll be third and about 6 for the Bulldogs at the 17-yard line. Clock will wind. Everybody in tight. That's a Morum in motion. He's got single coverage. They'll pitch it. Ramos, that's just good penetration by Cade Schultz again. Luke Tobin as well. And Northern Lehigh on 3rd and 7 gets no gain.
They didn't worry too much about the pass. They put a Morum in motion, and that only led to a little bit of a shift.
So out comes Jimenez, in comes Matt Frame. And they keep Isaiah Ramos at tailback. Morum is the wing. There he goes in motion. Smoyer, end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Brett Messera with his 7th touchdown reception of the year. And that's a beauty right there.
Sure was. All the way around. Time to throw. Beautiful pass. Messera's in.
And it's a touchdown. They are checking Nick Frame down here on the near sideline. I'm sure he's going through the concussion protocol, but it's 35-7 now.
Smoyer has broken the school touchdown pass record for one season.
And Messera's kick is good. So two possessions, 2 touchdowns for the Bulldogs. They haven't been stopped all day. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns. 4:38 to go, third quarter. Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard. Northern Lehigh, the #1 seed, showing why. They lead Minersville 38-7 or 36-7.
Smoyer's started 6 for 6, missed 1. He's hit 5 in a row since. And here's the touchdown from the end zone. Tight end Messera runs a simple corner pattern. Coverage wasn't terrible by Logan Hutsko, but taller receiver and a good throw, hard combination to beat. So he is 11 of 12 for 155 yards, 3 touchdowns. His school record for the season, 24. He beats Gary Van Norman's mark from 1968. Set the career record last week. He's now up to 35 there. And I have him 20 yards away from the career
record
mark.
right.
Or for the season mark, sorry. He set the career mark
Of the
earlier.
1755, correct, yeah.
And we got the stats from the school, so Joe Tout knows him too. But he's going to have a game next week to do it.
It certainly looks that way. Sarah. Deep kick down to the 5-yard line. This is Jason Cullen. And he gets to the 21. So it'll be 1st and 10. Chase Wisaki making the tackle. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Batlin Miners, who are really playing offense with a hand tied behind their back.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Different running back in there now. Adam Free, number 33, is in. And he has it and slips and gets back to the 20-yard line. That is just about it. Trevor Amorum came up from his strong safety to make the play. Actually, he'll be a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11.
Oh, we talked about this before the game. Minersville kind of carrying the ball for the Cole region. There are not a lot of those little towns represented the playoffs
Correct.
this year.
Well, Jim Thorpe gets its chance tonight.
Tamaqua out, Mahanoy, Schuylkill Haven.
The fans on the near sideline are wanting the delay of game, and they're going to get it.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 2nd down.
Back to the 15 we go. 2nd down and 16 now for the Batlin Miners. Just such a tough thing, and we keep reiterating that. Get a chance to look over there on the far side at the 30-yard line. That's 3,000 yards of offense that are not playing right now. Yori, that's a good ball. Complete up to the 36-yard line, and it goes to Brock Polinsky. And he'll break the 600-yard mark for receiving yards for the season. It's a gain to the 36 and a 1st down.
Yeah, they had soft coverage, but a nice pattern run by Polinsky. And a good throw by Yuri, who is learning on the job here. Listed as
wide
receiver. Yeah, this roster doesn't have positions, but he obviously is the guy they're going to replace Adams next year.
Yuri's in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the 36. Inside, not much doing. That is Dakota Fitzpatrick.
They ran a stunt, and that freed up Fitzpatrick inside. Jack Tosh make the tackle.
Brody Dye is in there as well on the tackle. 2nd down and 10. We're approaching the 2:35 mark in this 3rd quarter. 36-7 Northern Lehigh. Lorenzo Yuri is in the pistol. Low snap. Yuri, down he goes. Back at about the 27-yard line.
Jimenez got there. Now, Yuri made it a little tougher on himself because he's moving back before the snap comes, and that made him reach down for it. Now, the snap wasn't great. He needed to wait on it and not back up until he got the football.
Football is at the 26. They need to take it to the 46. So it's 3rd and 20.
Bulldog defensive front has been really good. They had some trouble early adjusting to the game plan that Minersville hit them with, but only 60 yards on the ground.
Yori, sideline. Ooh, that's off the shoulder pad of Logan Hutsko. You might be getting a preview of Minersville's 22 season right there. And truth be told, that's not a bad throw.
He put it where he had to. You know, defender is inside. You throw it between the defender and the sideline, but so often the receiver is too close to the side that he has to go out of bounds. I thought that Yuri had made tremendous progress from one series to that one.
Yes.
He looked a lot more comfortable.
Cullen will punt it. That's a high snap, and he'll get it away. Short kick. Catching and freezing, how about that, was Brett Macera. And he wasn't sure what to do with it.
Well, you cannot call a fair catch after the ball hits the ground. He did not do that. He just had a brain lock. That's really all it was.
He saved some yardage, obviously. Saying, guys, I don't know what to do. It just came to me, and
what is this thing?
now I got to go down.
He just had a touchdown, so he's not unfamiliar with the football. But everybody had a chuckle about it.
Bulldogs will start at the Batlin Miners 48. 1st and 10 from there.
They've only had half a field to worry about all day.
This is Frame. Frame's got some room. Frame collared down at about the 37-yard line. The fans on the near side thought that Luke Tobin would get whistled or flagged for a horse collar, but they're saying 100% jersey.
Well, let's see here. He does not have his hand on the pad.
That looked pretty good, like a jersey tackle to me. So it's a 1st down gain of about 12 yards. Same play, other side. Frame, good cut. He is into the secondary. Frame, touchdown. That's a 37-yard run by Matt Frame, his 14th rushing touchdown of the season, and it's mercy rule time in the district semifinal.
And he just hit 200 yards on the ground. They've had real good success with that toss. The blocking has been really good, especially when they go right. 2 plays, 48 yards.
Macera will try for point number 43. And it looked kind of funky, but it made its way through. So we have 30 7/10 to go, 3rd quarter. On the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard in the District 11 2A semifinal, it's all Northern Lehigh, 43-7.
Let's take a look at the blocking on the outside. They seal off very well. They get downfield blocks. And Frame does it well with the cutback. He saw the hole before it opened. And he was prepared to make his cut and go through it.
So now the rules kind of change. The clock will run. It'll continue to run if somebody goes out of bounds or there's an incomplete pass. It'll stop on a penalty, stop on an injury, stop, of course, on a score. Nobody has ever come back to win a game that has been in the mercy rule situation.
Nope. And if you get it within the 35, too bad, it stays. Once it's activated, there's no turning it off. See that California game was 106-0.
Today?
Not today.
Today?
Earlier in the week,
Earlier in the
last
week, wow.
weekend maybe. Yeah.
Oh, the high school game? Yeah, I saw that. This ball is going to roll out of bounds. So, Jason Cullen did the right thing, and I'm sure the Batlin Miners will just take this at the 35-yard line and go 1st and 10 from there.
The mercy rule in the state of Connecticut is an interesting one. I hope I have it quite right. It's if you score like 42 or 49 points, the coach gets fired. It's a lot different than Pennsylvania's, but they base it on one team scoring. So you have to look ahead, and if you're already ahead 21-0 at halftime, say, then you have to, put your scrubs in. Ooh, it takes some game management.
Well, this clock should have started.
Yeah.
They'll go straight ahead, nothing doing. That's Adam Free. Sam Frame knocked him down right there, and that's probably going to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Doesn't look like Minersville is in a big hurry to run it, and they're not going to. And the final seconds of minute number 36 of this football game are going to tick off, and to 0 we go. That's the end of 3 at Northern Lehigh. It looks like the Bulldogs are moving on, and all those people right there are going to be very happy about a football game next Saturday evening. On the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard after 3, it's 43-7 Northern Lehigh.
Am I on now? Am I talking to the camera or am I talking to you?
Is this all like this is good? Don't start yet. Don't start yet.
Ooh, I'm on the spotlight.
You are on the spotlight.
I'm getting red.
When you looked around at your options of where you could work at, it's like every hairdresser's dream. It's like, where do you want to work? And it's like, where does every kid think? They think, gotta go to Ken & Company.
But it's like one big family.
On behalf of our Blue Ridge crew and Jim Riley, I'm Chris Doty. Welcome back to Northern Lehigh. Beautiful Saturday evening now for high school football. It's been really, really beautiful for the people on the near sideline. 43-7, the Bulldogs lead the Batlin Miners with 12 minutes to go in this football game. 2nd down and about 13. This ball is complete on the outside. It's actually going to lose yardage. Brock Polinsky caught it, but being thrown down out here, Ethan Karpwich knocked him down. So it'll be 3rd and about 15.
Aiden Parvell was the man who held everything up. They couldn't block him out of the way, and he got in on that tackle too.
And they actually get into the huddle with 10 on the 40-second clock, so they've got to hurry up. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're okay. Yori's going deep. He's got a man down here. Almost a great catch by Jason Cullen, incomplete.
Cullen's one of their better receivers too. That was a nice throw.
Aiden Parvell on the coverage, but it's 4th and 15.
Maybe underthrown a little bit as he lofts it. He certainly had Parvell beaten.
He did everything he could to catch the ball. That's a good effort. So the Batlin Miners will punt it. Cullen will let her go probably around the 20-yard line. Good snap. End over end. Ramos at the 36. Ramos near sideline and out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So the Bulldogs, and how many times have we said this, have a short field?
They have started every possession since their first one within 6 yards of the 50. They've been between the 45 and 45 on every possession.
And they'll roll the clock right now. Onward we go with 10:10 to go in the game. Let's see, there's got a whole slew of new Bulldogs out there, I believe. Quarterback is going to be Nick Frame, number 3.
Well, good to see him back in the ball game.
You're going to have to call timeout.
They all got 10 men.
Let's see, it does not look like 11 to me. 4, it looks like 9 to me.
I find that always mystifying. You would think you would have 17 guys on the field when you went to your second and third teamers.
Correct. So that's the first charge timeout for Northern Lehigh here in the second half, and it comes with 9:48 to go in the ball game. Now, even in the mercy rule, this will not, the clock will not start until the ball is snapped. So Nick Frame is going to be the quarterback. Now Nick's a runner, averaging about 6.2 per carry, so he's not going to be afraid to tuck it and go. Well, actually, they just changed it. Aiden Oswald will be the quarterback.
Maybe that's who they were missing.
Yep, 9th grader. They go on a carry. That is number 14, Aiden Parvell. He's going to lose a yard back to the 49. So the quarterback is Aiden Oswald. Parvell takes it and gets a pretty good lick. Jason Petrosino is the tackler for the Batlin Miners. Loss of a yard. Second down, back at the 49-yard line. Parvell in motion, comes across the set. Oswald's going to keep it and see a lot of white and be nailed back at the 50-yard line.
He's looking to turn inside. I don't know exactly why. That your option there, always hit the corner as fast as you can.
Brock
right about
Polinsky,
here.
Yep, Brock Polinsky. James Dube on the tackle. 3rd and 12.
That was quite a whack that Oswald took right there.
It was. He's in the game now. There's no question. You get your first shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to play. So 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs. They'll go in a pistol. Ramos will go in motion. Ball's on the ground. I think the Miners have it. Oswald never looked like he was ready for that ball.
59, Cade Schultz is shaken up for the Miners. He has the ball. 55 has the ball. That's Marcus Barnhart.
For the Batlin Miners,
Schultz
and they
is
get the
okay.
ball.
Game's first turnover.
First turnover of this ball game, and it happens with 7:50 to go in the ball game. And a game that, of course, has already been decided, so it's not going to hurt in any way. So Minersville will take over at the 43. Remember, we've got another ball game for you tonight, 7 o'clock. Bob and George will be over at Palmerton for the Bombers and the Rough Riders. Yori gets it out to Hutsko, and Hutsko will take it to the 39 for a gain of 4. Bailey Smith making the tackle.
Only 9 seniors on this team at Northern Lehigh. Bailey Smith played a bit as a freshman. Now a sophomore in on the second defensive unit.
Kind of got very quiet here. Slatington. Of course, the score has a lot to do with that. Coming up on 7 minutes to go in the game.
Well, when the play
43-7.
clock works its way down, they'll whoop it up again.
Batlin Miners. Yori, going to throw it deep. He's got a man. Collins out there. He's got it. Touchdown. 39 yards to Jason Cullen, his 10th receiving touchdown of the year, and the Minersville Batlin Miners are back on the scoreboard.
Now, Yuri has hit 4 of 5 passes, 63 yards in this TD. Cullen beat double team. You're going to kick? I'd go for 2. Let the offense have another rep.
Well, they're going to let Cullen kick it.
So they convert the fumble into a touchdown.
Cullen will kick it. Ray Snyder will hold it. And he is good with it. So there's 6:37 to go in the ball game. Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard, Northern Lehigh 43 and Minersville 14.
Here's the replay. Had his mind made up. Cullen beat the 2 defenders deep. Nothing fancy about it. Just a receiver who is faster than the defensive backs and a quarterback with a nice accurate throw. This kid's got a bright future.
I believe so. I mean, he's a sophomore. Tell you what, he's got some ability. He has 2 receiving touchdowns. He caught 20 balls during the year. So the quarterback position for the 22 season looks like it's in pretty good hands for the Batlin Miners.
Yeah, they may be hurt by some turnout issues. They did not bring a large squad here tonight. That always makes you a little bit nervous.
True. So remember, 7 o'clock tonight, Palmerton and Catasauqua right here on Blue Ridge Communications. And then I believe by about 11 o'clock tonight, all of the District 11 brackets will be settled for next weekend. Not so sure about the venue, stay tuned. But if we've got our teams involved, we will have it covered. I think the only question mark, Bob, would be that District 2 6A championship between Delaware Valley and Hazleton. Squib kick. Good return back to the 46-yard line. Let's take a look at what our bracket looks like right now. That is the 2A. That Caddy Palmerton game is coming up. So Northern Lehigh will advance to the championship game next Saturday.
At a neutral site.
At a neutral site. Which you would imagine if it's Northern Lehigh and Palmerton, it probably would be at Lehighton would be my guess, but that's not for me to decide. Aiden Oswald is the quarterback. Nope, it's number 3 this time. It's Nick Frame. And Nick Frame gives it on a quick end around Aiden Parvell and gets to the 49-yard line. Maybe the 48.
Nothing wrong with Aiden Oswald. We saw him take that hard hit on the sideline. He's standing there with his teammates, has his helmet on. They'll just go with Nick Frame and Parvell on the jet sweep.
So Frame will come in. Ramos will come out. On second down and about 4. frame straight ahead. This will be a first down to number 46, and that is A.J. Jimenez.
Straight ahead, Jimenez behind his second-team offensive line. Doing a nice job opening a hole for him.
Looks like a covered cast on his left wrist.
That's new. I don't think he had that at the start of the game.
He definitely came out with it at halftime. But I don't recall. I'm sure we would have commented on that in the first half. You can see it.
Well, that makes that run all the more impressive.
You get him a catch even more so.
Yeah.
Inside handoff to about the 39-yard line is number 32, John Abadelli. Ray Beach knocked him down after he got a 1-yard gain. So the Northern Lehigh staff is really taking its time getting these plays in and out of the game. As it should. 4 to go. On 2nd down and 9. Not much there for John Abadelli.
Well, you saw speed on that play. Abadelli a little tentative getting to the hole. And the speed of 33, Adam Fry for Minersville. Stopped him for a lost yardage.
So at the 40.
Well,
So they are announcing now that
yeah.
they're going to play at Lehigh next Saturday at noon against the winner of Catasauqua and Palmerton. Well, that cat's now out of the bag. Not that we were holding any cats in the bag.
No cats here.
Going to be a 5-yard loss. Abadelli has found very difficult sledding on his last 2 carries.
Cade Schultz, 59 with the tackle for loss.
So that would lead me to believe, Jim, that if they're going to play a game at noon at Lehigh, they'll probably have one later in the day as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm not so sure. Now, we do know that if they stay on schedule, that the 5A championship game would be next Friday, and that's going to be East Stroudsburg South and Whitehall. And we will assume that that is Friday night. They're just going to let this clock run down and call a final timeout, will the Bulldogs. So that's what we're going to have. Is we'll have next Friday at a site to be determined. Unless they have posted it right now on the District 11 site. The 5A championship, East Stroudsburg South Cavaliers and the Whitehall Zephyrs, and they'll play Friday night at a site to be determined. I wouldn't be surprised if that's at Lehigh as well.
Well, you find a central location, and that certainly qualifies. They're used to holding the games there. They've gone to Lehigh quite a bit.
Good snap. It's a wobbly kick. Let's see if it takes a Northern Lehigh bounce. It will. Go inside the 25 and down at about the 21. With 1:44 to go, and the Bulldogs well in control here at 43-14. See what the Batlin Miners have up their collective sleeve.
Call timeout
they
first.
Call the timeout. So next Saturday, Northern Lehigh will play at noon. East Stroudsburg University will play at 1. So I'm sure that we will have both. Well, we definitely have the ESU game. I cannot imagine not having the Northern Lehigh game at noon against either Palmerton or Catasauqua. And then later on that evening, probably the 3A final. Remember, Jim Thorpe is playing Notre Dame Green Pond. That game's going to kick, let's see, in about an hour. 50 minutes is where we are. Tell you what, for a game that shifted into the mercy rule, the pace has certainly slowed.
Yeah.
So, hey, I got a note from the boss. He says, A, wise up. B, we will have that game next Saturday at noon.
He would know.
He would know. The power of the pin. Yuri is in the pistol on first down and 10 from the 21. Just going to give it on an inside give to Dakota Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick will fight like heck to get back to the line of scrimmage. They blew him dead after a loss of 2.
I'm a little surprised he didn't get a penalty here. Whistle was blowing right about now, and then he was wrestled to the ground pretty aggressively. Play loses 3.
Time for a couple plays left to go, rather, in this football game. Scrimmage is back at the 18. Long count. Yori. Good hole, left side. It's number 33, Adam Free. And he'll take it up to around the 27-yard line. I guess they're calling him Adam Fry. So it's Adam Fry, my apologies. It'll be third down. The scrimmage is the 27. They need to take it to the 32, so that's 5 yards. Less than a minute to go, and the moon has made an appearance. Looks like the new moon. It's a new crescent moon out there to our left. Yori, this will be a first down. Good run. Into the secondary goes number 5, Dakota Fitzpatrick. And Fitzpatrick will be wrestled down at around the 31-yard line. And that is where this game is going to end. You hear the scoreboard in the end zone, and that will do it. So Northern Lehigh, a home game on a Saturday afternoon. Jim comes in and does what it needs to do.
Yeah, they played pretty well. They adjusted defensively. They did not expect what Minersville gave them. I give credit to the Miners for their attempts at winning this football game while being decidedly undermanned. But Northern Lehigh adjusted pretty well themselves, and congratulations to Dylan Smoyer, setting a couple school passing records tonight. Good win for them to move into the championship game next week. And well, Minersville, like you take your little tribes where you can get them. Your early game plan looked like it was going to be successful. You got behind, your quarterback got hurt. You basically had very little chance after that. And maybe they found next year's quarterback, though.
That's a good way to look at it. And really, when coming into the game, losing Grafe, their top yard gainer, receiver, and then toward the end of the first half, losing your starting quarterback. And we mentioned it before that that's 3,000 yards that are sitting over there on the sideline, and that's tough to overcome. That's going to do it for us here from Northern Lehigh High School. For Jim Riley and our entire Blue Ridge crew, I'm Chris Doty saying thank you for spending part of your Saturday afternoon with us. It's final. Northern Lehigh advances in the District 11 AA tournament. They'll be playing next Saturday at noon at Lehighton against the winner of our game coming up here in about 44 minutes. Final score on the Palmerton Garage Door scoreboard, 43-14. Northern Lehigh. Have a good night, everybody.
This telecast is presented by BRC-13, exclusively for viewing by its subscribers. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or exhibition without BRC-13's consent is strictly prohibited.